Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Wesley Chapel Toyota. We're going to try to answer 2 questions for you with this 2020 Toyota Sienna, this one being an XLE trim. Now I know you're probably wondering, well Joe, what are the 2 questions? Question number 1, should you ditch, if you have a family, especially if you have multiple children, say you have a family of 10, is the SUV, that popular vehicle today, the way to go? Or should you go back to where it all began in the 1980s with that minivan craze with the Sienna? Now, the Sienna itself has been around since 1998. And the other question that we're going to answer, since the Sienna has been around since 98, is this the minivan to get? Should you go Sienna, or should you go Honda Odyssey or Chrysler Pacifica? Which, remember, if you're going the Chrysler route, Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, they're the ones that started. It was actually Lee Iacocca, the man who came up with the Mustang, came up with the idea for the minivan. One thing is for sure, is that these minivans have such versatility to their interior that even if you got the biggest SUV that's for sale on the market today, there's no way you're going to maximize interior room and functionality like a minivan. So let's go ahead, dive into this 2020 Sienna XLE and find out, should you go the minivan route for your family? And is this the one to get? Right off the bat, you know it's a Toyota, very, very unique styling. Here's a little tidbit of information. They're probably gonna be doing a redesign for 2021. So when you go to look at one of these and you're negotiating that price, keep that in the back of your mind to try to maximize the best price, because they are gonna be coming out with a redesign. Headlight design, very, very large. This kind of shows its age in a way, but what I do like is that you are going to get the projector beam style headlight design, and there's a lot of chrome in here, which normally I don't like the chrome, but I think when you look at the rest of the front of the vehicle, you'll see that it kind of helps brighten it up a little bit. You drop down, you have a very, very sharp body line at the front of the Sienna, some flat gray, and then you have your fog lamp down there. Now, I am going to zonk this area because there's no functionality to it besides the fog lamp. I wish that they would have just clean that up a little bit or made it a functional side air curtain. When you come across the front of the Sienna, you could see that unique design that was very similar to the last generation Highlander with the way that they had the horizontal slots, or if you look at like a Camry hybrid, very, very similar in the design. There's some of that chrome trim I was telling you about. So the chrome in the headlight housings kind of balance out the chrome trim around the Toyota badging. You drop down, you have those horizontal slots, functionality up top and on the bottom, and I do like the way that the corners kind of just drop down a little bit to give it a little bit extra flair. Now when we go up onto the hood, it's very, very unique. Stubby, short hood. There's not many vehicles that I could take my 2 hands and actually have the whole length of the hood in between them, but if you notice, I like the way that they took this design from the Toyota badge and brought it right up into the hood. Strong body line, then it kind of fades away, and then you have a stronger body line near the back of that stubby portion. Now the XLE trim is in the middle, and I think that that's going to give you a lot of value. That's why I chose this one. Now when we get to the wheel and tire setup, this is a tire and wheel setup that's specific to the XLE. Nice machined aluminum. I like the darker gray color. It's a 17-inch wheel, and if you're wondering, well, what are the dimensions of it? It's a 235 on the width, and this is a nice 60 series sidewall. So that's gonna give you a great, comfortable ride as you're hauling your whole football team, known as your kids, down the street. On the fender, super strong body line that goes the whole belt line of the car. This is called the belt line, the waistline, all the way down. Color matched mirror caps. You can see how they have quarter windows in there to give you extra visibility, and you'll see when we get to the interior how that's gonna help out. Little bit of chrome trim to tie in what's going on in the front on the door handles. Very prominent body creasing on the bottom portion here, and they have to do these things to not make it look like just a flat slab of metal rolling down the road. We keep coming to our way back. Large side window. I really like the length of this window. That's going to allow lots of sun and light to the passengers in the back. You have your roof rails up top for your kayak, bicycle, camping gear. Of course, you got to get the crossbars. And then larger on the rear quarter window. I like the way they integrate the track for the door to slide on both sides. And then when we get to the back, you're going to have a nice low roof spoiler. You drop down, You have your older style taillight design. These are things that are gonna be totally redesigned for 2021. Sienna badging, your XLE, everything else is clean. There is an exhaust pipe, tailpipe, but it's nice and tucked up out of the way. Let's go ahead though, let's pop the hood and see what's powering the Sienna. All right guys, we got the hood pop. There is a prop rod. People have been complaining about me zonking the prop rod, so we'll let it go this time. Leave a comment in the comment section how you feel about that. Underneath the hood though, 3.5 liter V6, 296 horsepower, 263 pound-feet of torque. It's all mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60 in about 7 seconds. MPGs, 19 in the city, 26 in the highway, and this Sienna weighs around 4,430 pounds. I think the most interesting thing about the Sienna, which actually is not on this particular one, is that you have the option for all-wheel drive. Let me explain. That is the only vehicle, the only minivan in the segment, the minivan segment, to offer all-wheel drive as an option. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the best part of any minivan. Let's check out the party that's going on inside. All right, guys, we're inside the 2020 Sienna XLE. I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, you said you chose this one for a reason. What is that reason? I think it comes down to price and what you're getting. For the XLE, you're looking at $42,000. Let's see what you get for the money. Now, to the door panels, things are going to be a little bit dated because this design has been around for a few years right now, but you do have soft material at the top. Armrest is very soft. The wood grain is a nice touch to kind of break up the lighter gray and the darker black. You have a large pocket down there, and I like the way they have a separate pocket for your king-size Snickers. You could have your milk, and then you could put plenty of cupcakes in the bottom of that door panel. Dash, soft material, which is nice. Push the button, look at that. Storage for your snacks. So you're gonna go for a long family trip, you could pack this thing up. You could put Little Debbie snacks, fill those up all the way. Soft material. This portion of the dash is hard. This is soft with the stitch work is nice. And you can see how they brought the wood grain trim from the door panel to the dash. This is looking very dated. I almost feel like I should go bring out my old Atari system and play Pac-Man or something. But you have a 7-inch infotainment system screen. Apple CarPlay is included in that. You could easily get to your menus, which is very, very nice and fast functioning. You can get into your apps and all that kind of stuff. Navigation, very nice touch. What's nice about this is that the flat black is going to create zero glare. The bad news is it just looks very dated. You do have your dual climate control, and you can see how this just doesn't look very 21st century. You have the different modes where you want to blow the air. This is going to control that 8-speed automatic transmission. Let me show you the backup camera. There's your backup camera. It does not have a trajectory. So it's just straight up backup camera, no trajectory, and it's a little on the grainy side. By having the shifter up here, it's really going to open up the area, as you can see as we drop down. So you open up this, there's your cup holders. If you need more, this thing has, you could go get so many drinks from 7-Eleven. Get a Surge, get a Jolt, get some Mountain Dew Red or whatever up. I think they're up to like Mountain Dew lavender color or something. I don't know, but plenty of cup holders. You do have heated seats, but no ventilated seats, and that's going to be a zonk at $42,000. Let me shut this off so that when Tom sits on it, he doesn't burn his butt. USB and an aux jack, and then of course you have a 12-volt. Nice little cubby down here for your Tootsie Rolls. Maybe you want to go Jolly Ranchers down here. And then by having the shifter up here, this frees up this whole area, and you have 2 more USBs. So you could put an iPad down there or a laptop. You could fit it in there. I think a lot of times it's for people that have bags. You have a purse, a merce, a sack, a satchel, a brown paper bag, a cloth bag. You could put that right there easily. You got your 2 cup holders. Here is your key fob. Now, when I saw this, I thought this was actually an old Samsung telephone, but it's not. This is the Sienna key fob. Very, very dated. This really shows the age of the Sienna, but hey, you could fool your friends into thinking you got one of the old Samsung phones. I like this grippy pad right here. Push the button, look at that. It's like, voila, drop a bag of chips in there. It's all that and a bag of chips. Close it up. You do have the captain's chairs, which I'm zonking the armrest. These armrests are way too skinny. I don't know what humans they're using as test subjects, but My arms are definitely wider than that. So you do have a locking feature, which is kind of nice. Not ratcheting, but there's a button on the inside. You see this? Well, you don't have the button. I have a button where I could actually adjust where I want this. So that makes me better than you. Seats though, nice light gray color. I like the material. Of course, you're gonna get your Toyo Guard Platinum on here. And with the seat controls, nice and easy. Everything is on the side on how you want to adjust the seat. Up top, we have a tasteful sunroof. And then, of course, we have an auto-dimming mirror, but it's the older style, which I am going to design. But, of course, this is not a major redesign right now. So that, I'm sure, is going to change. But I love the amount of space I have here, and it's very, very, very comfortable. Come on over, though. I want to show you behind the wheel of this 2020 Sienna. All right, guys, business time. On the driver's side, you do have your seat controls, easy to get to, very, very nicely. Steering wheel has a good thickness. You have the simulated stitching. It sort of looks like a baseball. A little bit of that silver that kind of carries over from other parts of the interior. Flat black on the buttons, which is great. And then you have your dash. You have your analog tach, analog speedometer. You have a 4.2-inch TFT display, which you could scroll through a ton of information. As you can see, you got your compass and whatnot. It's dated, but it's clean, and it's super easy to understand and look at a glance. Visibility is nice. I like the way they bring the stitching all the way over, that wood grain finish all the way over, and really just tons of room. Why don't we check out the mid-row and see how your passengers are gonna like riding in this Sienna. All right, guys, your kids may think that it's dorky to ride in a minivan. Once they're in it, I'm telling you, that's all gonna go bye-bye, because of just how comfortable and spacious this is. So you have the leather material all the way around. Look at this, little hooks. So these hooks, you could hang a purse, a merce. I don't know about a bag. I guess you'd have to rip a hole in it, but this is, you know, for the wire. You know, if you have your 2 USBs here, you got the cord, you could put the cord around here, and then you could just drop your phone in there while it's charging or whatnot. Or you could put more snacks, Twizzlers, Slim Jims, all those skinny snacks. People forget about the skinny snacks. We got our 2 USBs, another power source, and then watch this. Bam, 2 cup holders. I'll put that back. Seating position is great. You do have the smaller armrests again. So you have those captain's chairs armrests that are super, super small. I wish that they give me a little bit more room. You can recline and also slide. Look at that leg room. 6 feet tall. I got plenty of leg room. Now, the controls for the AC are on the passenger side over here. So I would have to come across to adjust the rear AC, but you do have the vents in the ceiling on the side over here. And then if you're wondering what the heck is going on here, this isn't an armrest. It's like a jump seat. So you could actually get another person to sit here, and you could be 3 across in this mid-row. And then if you want to drop it, it's real simple. There you go. And then say you go to pick up your kids and there's another kid that showed up and wants to ride home. First of all, find out who that kid is. Second of all, you got the jump seat. But why don't we go ahead, plenty of room here. Let's see how much room we have in the back portion of this minivan. All right, guys, time to get into that 3rd row. And I'm telling you right now, this is where the minivan wins hands down compared to any of the 3-row SUVs. You got the nice power sliding doors on both sides. We get to the seat section. To get to the back, it's real simple. We're just gonna pull up here and you're actually gonna push. You see how the bottom cushion actually raises for you to get maximum room there. We got plenty of real estate and it's simple. 1, 2, 3, and we are in. And what's nice is right now I have the seats kind of fully reclined. You could adjust that. Plenty of headroom, 6 feet tall, plenty of headroom. I don't care what row I'm sitting in. I got rear AC. You have, Tom, you're not gonna believe this. So you have these nice storage areas. You could basically put a Subway sub in here, a 12-inch sub. On my side, I don't know why it's not on this side. On my side, I have 2 USBs. That to me is smart. The only thing that I'm gonna zonk, put 1 USB here, 1 USB over there. I think that would make a lot more sense, but everybody's got cup holders and the seat is actually extremely comfortable. Let's go ahead though, let's get to the cargo space and see how usable this minivan is. All right guys, cargo area time. Now what's interesting, and I am gonna zonk, this is on the Sienna, you actually push the button, you have to manually lift, but what's interesting is you actually have a button to electrically bring it back down. Now, when we look at the cargo space with the seats up, you can see just how much storage we have. You could almost line this with plastic and have a kiddie pool back here for your kids. You do have a nice little storage area over there. Stack up those boxes of Twinkies for those long family getaways, and you are good to go. Now, to drop these seats, let me show you how that's gonna work. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go down like that. We're gonna pull up on the handle. That's pretty simple. Do the same thing over here. Pull on the handle, drop that down. Now you're going to just pull, and there is your flat space. Now, if you like hard numbers, with the seats up, you're looking at 39 cubic feet of space. You put all seats down, you're looking at 150 cubic feet of space. And then when the day is over and your journeys are done, it's time to get home, like I said, press that button and the nice electric assist brings it down. But why don't we go ahead, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's take the Sienna for a spin. All right, guys, we're in the 2020 Sienna XLE. Like I was saying, I really think that this is the good trim level to go with because you're getting a lot for the money. The 8-speed shifts so butter smooth. Like, just get out a piece of Wonder Bread and smear the butter all over. That's how this transmission is. You have that V6 power. Steering, of course, you're not gonna get very, very weighted steering. It's a little on the light side, but you know what? Easy to drive. And this vehicle does not feel like a very, very big vehicle. That's the one nice thing about it, is that overall, the dimensions, it doesn't feel like you're driving a large vehicle. Of course, you have your lane keep assist. You heard the beeping going off as I got close to the very lightly marked line in the street, but handling wise, super, super smooth. Visibility is king in this thing. The windshield, it's like you're looking at an office building side window or something. That's how large the windshield is. And the A-pillars pulled so far out of the way. Inside, the way everything's laid out, it's easy to get to. It makes sense. It just needs a little bit of polish compared to the competitors. And I'm telling you right now, get ready for the 2021 redesign. We're gonna definitely feature it here on Rady's Rides, you know that. But as we go through this right-left transition here, very capable, very compliant, and overall extremely quiet inside too. Let's do a little acceleration test. On throttle, 8-speed drops down. Surprisingly, very, very quick for a minivan. That's what it takes, you know. You gotta throw those feelings of, you know, the negativity when it comes to a minivan. Get behind the wheel, that's where it's gonna surprise you. But on throttle, driving down the highway here, super smooth. The seats are very comfortable. Visibility out the back windows, wonderful. And I'm telling you, for a family hauler, the minivan is the way to go. SUVs, you think you're getting all this space, and in some you do, but not like a minivan, that's for sure. What I really do like is I like the way that they have the infotainment system. It's straight up and down, and it's integrated nicely to where you can get to it. Everything where it's located is very smartly placed in the Sienna for sure. Okay, guys, making a U-turn in the Sienna on throttle. So the good news is it definitely has enough power to get out of its own way, and driving down the road, super duper smooth. Like I said, you know, if you want something that has a little bit more higher level of tech and the finishes are a little different, then there are the other two to definitely check out. But Toyota reliability and a well thought out interior, this thing checks off a lot of boxes. But we're gonna go ahead, get back to Wesley Chapel Toyota and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been another wonderful day here at Wesley Chapel Toyota. I definitely got to thank Scooter, Jeff, Ryan, the rest of the crew, getting us access to this 2020 Sienna XLE. Is it the best SUV? I think there's a few things that need to be tweaked, especially on operations on the interior, to really bring it up to par with the Chrysler Pacifica and the Honda Odyssey. But from a reliability standpoint, you're going to get that Toyota reliability. And if you need all-wheel drive, then you've already answered your own question, because this is the only minivan to offer all-wheel drive. But if it's vehicles like these that you want to keep seeing on the channel, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radies Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Radies Rise merch. Got to give it to Big Guns McGee, helping me maximize the space in this minivan just for you guys. Thank you, Tom, for your hard work. And just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.